So today will be a continuation of the Shensha series, and on our journey to complete the volume 1 of this book. As we go along, we are moving towards the Ten Gods series, and I believe that the last session that we had was on Yima, traveling horse. For those who have the Excel annual Pachi review, which by the way we would soon have a new annual coming soon into next year. And so here with the Excel, based on the symbolism that Mings offer, the last topic on your Yima will be on the galloping horse, H1. Therefore, under the Ming's literature, this will be called the H1. So H1. So just a recap on how do we recognize galloping horse. To recognize galloping horse, we look into the 12 branches, and usually we used to refer to year, but nowadays it is increasingly common that we refer to the day, so the day branch. So you might see some what you may appear to be inconsistency here in terms of how some of them read. So in a way, technically, if you would like to even go more complex, you can actually refer to the year, the day, the month, and the hour. And so here, traditionally, before Chipping's book, we will find that the year was the main reference point, and therefore it was later shifted to the day. So we then refer to the day branch. Okay, so when we refer to the day branch, these 12 branches here are arranged into the tree combo. So you can soon see that the tree combo becomes quite essential into how we can pick up. Now, if you can remember what we did 2 weeks ago on the Yima, how do we identify the Yima? How do we identify the horse? So sometimes this known as a traveling horse. Now, to say that it's a horse would be easier to imagine that it pertains to traveling. But Yima in the past would be a relay station. Now, when we talk about traveling, nowadays, when we talk about traveling, one can easily travel around the world. In fact, one can technically go around the globe even before the week is over. But when we look into the literature, the Pakchi literature that was written hundreds of years ago, or even to more than 1,000, way back into the days, people, when we talk about horse, it may also mean you travel to the next relay station. Because there was one comment that was made recently to say that, you say that there's Yima in my chart, you say that there's horse in my chart, but I don't travel overseas. Well, technically, if one travel from a town to another town, very often, we are referring to very often, migration, or even if one were to relocate 60 kilometers away, or even sometimes 20 kilometers away, you move house, that was understood to mean traveling. So now how do we identify the Yima? I mean, if you have the chart, that would be very easy, but
Celebration in India gone terribly wrong. Every single day there, 22-year-old son.
Okay, therefore, how do we identify the Yima? The Yima will be based on what? The Yima will be based on the clash. The clash. Therefore, the Yima will be based on the clash. Therefore, the tiger clash with the monkey. So tiger clash with the monkey, and the monkey clash with the tiger. And then here we have the pig clash with the snake, and this clash with your pig. So essentially a yip-mark will be a growth star. So the yip-mark will be a growth star. So as it is a growth star, it represents rising energy. And it is then a rising energy that clashes with the day master's branch or the year. And so such clashes often include changing jobs. And so naturally when one changes job and the job appears to be outstationed or overseas, then traveling will be required. Therefore that's where very often we consider the concept of yip-mark is a concept of clash. And so to read it whether it is favorable or not, I mean unfavorable traveling will be denote in the past refugees, wars. Therefore in war-torn country when people relocate or they move, therefore that might be an adverse or unfavorable yip-mark. An unfavorable yip-mark will be one where the person is forced to travel, forced to move out from their house. Alright, so that's one way to identify yip-mark. And now let's take a look into our continuing chapter. Today we will cover the talent star. We will cover the talent star. And chapter 32 and chapter 33 we will cover the academic star. The academic star. Now the academic star based on Ming's, academic star based on Ming's would then be your B1, B1, excellence in studies. And so B1, excellent in studies, would be the concept of what we will discover, which is your academic star, the academic star. So therefore this will be the academic star, and then we'll take a look into the other, which will then be your talent star. Come, as we move on to your talent star. Now the talent star, or in Chinese, Huakai, which basically would be somewhat like a domed umbrella over the roof, a halo, indicating some shades. So anyway, as we look into your talent star, also occasionally known as flower canopy star, once again we refer to now we refer to the final, we refer to the final branch of the Trinity. So therefore that's how we can relate to Huakai. So meaning to say that, how do we identify the talent star? So the talent star would then be denoted to be the branch. And all of these are, what stars are they? They are the graveyard stars. They are the graveyard stars. They are the earthly branches stars. So earthly branches stars. Earthly branches stars are known as tomb. They are known as tomb, and they are known as graveyard. And traditionally, tombs and graveyards on earthly branches stars, they basically store excess Qi. They basically keep their storage. So earthly branches stars are considered to be storage. As they are storage of excessive Qi, then this Qi would be released. This Qi would be released when they are clashed. And so here we see that this year is a year of the dragon. So this year is a year of the dragon. So therefore this year will be a year of talent. So this year is a year of talent. The year of talent to whom? The year of talent for those who are born on the monkey, the rat, and of course the dragon itself. Now I'm sure you remember, what does dragon and dragon clash denote? So dragon and dragon clash denotes self-punishment. And so here we can also see that the dragon and dragon also would clash, and this may also indicate the release of the excess chi. Excess chi. Now, if we look into, let's say for example, I mean here in Chinese metaphysics we cover the 5 elements. In the world of accounting, accountants, bookkeepers also maintain the elements, the 5 elements. Here in Chinese metaphysics, we look into our 5 elements in the polarity of yin and yang, and we consider that every event, every phenomena in the universe is a flow of yin and yang. But accountants, the bookkeepers, they too have their 5 elements: the revenue, the element of equity, the element of expense, the element of asset, and the element of liability. Therefore, in the world of accounting, the bookkeepers, the accountants, when they record company's transactions, every transaction that happens in a company also result in a change of the 5 elements in equal amount of not yin and yang, but they debit and credit. So the law of double entry, debit and credit, would also play a role. So therefore, there's a lot of similarity between how accountants keep the books and record, because they too use the system. They also use the dual polarity system of debit and credit, or yin and yang, binary system of the 5 elements. And therefore, earthly branches would be equity. Earthly branches would be equity. So if you consider that revenue represents resource, revenue is the inflow of economic benefits, expenses are outflow, output stars, assets are wealth, liability is those that restrict the company. So equity is similar to earthly branches. In fact, equity is also residual. So inside equity, also store the excess, profit, also the excess equity value. Therefore, in a way very similar, the concept of talent star is akin to the talent of equity value. So in a way, they would consider, or earthly branches represents equity value, and so they represent the an auspicious element. But here, as often to do with earthly branches also denote solitude. Graveyard stars. I mean, when you bring up the concept of graveyard, you bring up the concept of being solitude, being alone. And if those who can remember, Fui Kong. So several of the Fui Kong stars are also those that sit on graveyard stars, as it is. And Fui Kongs are also lonely. Alright, now in this loneliness, especially when they hit the depth and emptiness, they may also represent religious monks and scholars. And therefore it comes with a price. And so at the end of the day, the reading may denote that style of art and skills, but it governs also solitude. Right, so one can consider that if it is positive, of course, then we may find that this represents intelligence, academic, scholarly pursuits, and so we can find that in the past, traditionally, it will be associated with the life of the religious, the life of very spiritual or intellectual pursuit. This intellectual pursuit will be akin to, let's say, for those who like to do research. Those like to do research, like being a professor or being deep in the world of research, be on your own. And a lower level may be librarian. Essentially, they prefer to be alone. And so for those with these talent stars, usually they are then introvert. They are introvert. They are very much comfortable on their own. And so if we have this talent star, normally we consider that these are people that you can leave them alone and you can just treat them as it is. Alright, so a bit more reading about this particular star, nothing much. Yes, Diogo, correct. You are correct. Exactly that. You are correct. So being a talent star represents, in a way, it's the earthly branches of the same Trinity. The earthly branches of the same Trinity. And basically, if your day master is one of these then that is more like your fellow member. So as clashes, then it releases. It releases. Correct. Therefore, it clash. So this clash may be welcome. Anyway, Earth and Earth clash also means changing jobs and moving house, but they release the excess chi. And when it releases the excess chi, it may be the same. This chi will be the chi that supports the day master. It's the chi that supports the day master, because it is your fellow element. It's your fellow element. It's a fellow element. Therefore, it supports into one part. Alright. Therefore, that would be the case. Something similar to accounting as well. I mean, when we talk about equity being clashed, it may mean something along the line of the company declaring dividends. So when the company declares dividends, the dividends depletes the value of equity. Therefore, shareholders benefit from this equity clash, indicating that they receive dividends. They benefit from such corporate action, so to speak. So this would indicate that if the talent star is one of the earthly branches, then that would be very useful. Alright. And so, but of course, when I talk about equity, that was more for the analogy of business. Coming back to the talent star, therefore this would be not so we're not reading this talent for the talent of making money. So this is not that not the kind of talent, not an economic talent. It's not an economic talent. It's more towards the talent for achieving better self-realization. So therefore it is associated with once again the something similar to in the pursuit of a very higher level of philosophical thinking. But here it would be good if there is presence of direct resource. Now, if somebody wishes to be a philosopher, if somebody wishes to follow the life of very close to be a religious, to be aloof, to be detached from the hustle and bustle of daily life. It would be fantastic if you have a money pipeline, isn't it, that fits you. Therefore, if we do see direct resource, then there might be some kind of nobility. So having this star normally takes away the ambitions of climbing the corporate ladder, of seeking power, and therefore hence it may be considered to be one that is pure nobility. So this pure nobility indicates that if they once again, they do not seek to hold power to benefit themselves. But sometimes you do find that they could hold power. I mean, these are sometimes when we look into history, whereby whenever there are turmoils, whenever there are wars, these people can rise up to the occasion to be war generals, to be a leader. But once the war is over, they would also put their swords down and go back to their fields. Therefore, they are not one that cling on to power as well. Alright, so these are more towards the kind that of star that we are looking for. Alright, so as you go along, then you can see that so let's take a look into this particular chart. So now we have a very renowned Vietnamese Buddhist, and if we wish to look into the day master, and if we refer to the year would be Yin, Yin. Therefore Yin Wuxi, so therefore the Yin Wuxi Trinity, the talent star would be the Shi, and therefore Shi would be the talent star that comes into it. And so far as we read the first, so now there's also other stars that we have covered earlier on, as it is. And when more so when the talent star sits on a death and emptiness, therefore talent, so talent in death and emptiness. So the talent in death and emptiness star would then fit a person who wished to pursue this kind of lifestyle. Right, so this chart does have very favorable look of it. So in a way we can see that this is a Kuei water born at the end of autumn. And of course, after autumn would be winter, and therefore water born at the growth, would then be strong. So this is a Kuei water that is young and strong, right? And then of course it has the precious, where the person has a direct wealth and a direct officer. These are direct stars. That might then show a certain inclination to this particular domain. Alright, we'll take a look into another person with the chart as well. So this would be the Dalai Lama. And so how do we read this chart? If it is Pek Puya, good question, it's a very good question. I do see quite a good number of Kuei Day Masters, quite spiritual. Yep, actually you're right. In fact, Datuk Joy Yap is also a Kuei Day Master, and one of the former seniors, also a Kuei Day Master. I think that Kuei water is the thing about Kuei water people are highly intelligent, and of course when we talk about this intelligent, I mean people think a lot, and so when people think a lot, they do think about all these matters, and Kuei water seems to be more like the cloud and the wind, they tend to permeate, they tend to be able to pass through or see through that kind of an element. And not only that, people will also find Kuei water with clashes with fire. These are also people who occasionally consider that they are gifted to actually see, that they're able to sense and see other vibrations of other beings. Therefore, these are what are called the yin yang eyes. Also, Kuei Day Master, more of them are gifted to have this. Yes, correct. I'm just using a lot of words just to avoid saying exactly that. But you are right. Correct. Okay, so kuih have this thing. They more so lah, but of course must look at the yin and yang, which is snake and yin and yang normally is water and fire, therefore water and fire clash. But this one not this chart so this chart is not expected to have this so-called gift. Alright, so this kuih, so this is another kuih water day master, born in the heart of summer. The water is trapped. Here again, we can look into both. The year, of course, is Haimawei. So the year is a pig, so the pig belongs to the Haimawei Trinity, and of course the Wei is the goat, and the goat is then the talent star. So this will be the kuih water sitting on talent star. And of course, the Wei would be the talent is itself the Wei. The Wei becomes the talent, the goat itself. So we can then see that it has this sitting on. Alright, so kuih Wei. And kuih Wei, of course, would then be 7 killing. With the water sitting on a strong 7 killing. It comes into it. Alright, so kuih Wei would have this tendency to be akin to spiritual as well. In a way, goat represents like the desert, the hot desert. So an oasis or water that is found in the desert. So they are refreshing, and it has this element as well. Okay, so here we also have another one, which is Jan Hendrik goat. Therefore, this would be an astronomer who has contributed successfully into the viewpoint, making himself quite at the forefront. And once again, we can refer to the year. So therefore, this will belong to which Shen? Shen Ji Chen. Therefore, Chen will be the partner, because this is the Chi, so this is the Chi, Shen Ji Chen. And therefore, here we see that there is 2. So we have 2. So there will be 2 dragon, which of course dragons are self-punishment itself. Therefore, this would be one where the career, so we refer to the career having the talent, So normally when we make reference to talent, so to talent, star comes. Now this day master is a sin metal. Sin metal born at the tail end of spring is weak. So therefore this day master is weak. And this day master is not rooted. So it's unrooted. But having said it's unrooted, therefore as a weekday master, it would welcome elements that support it. And therefore these are the 2 elements, same element, rock wealth star that are so-called supported as well. Now the one thing about sin metal, what would be a useful god, what would be very useful for sin metal? Sin metal would like to see a diamond. The diamond would like to be washed by water. So therefore this run water, not just is this run water is a heavenly virtue stamp, and therefore it would provide tremendous use to it as well. And therefore that would be how we can consider that this weak, unrooted day master would still have support, And therefore with this support to the run water to wash us and to allow the sin metal to shine at the campaign. That is correct. Ren Chen is a Free Kong star, that is correct. And Geng Chen as well is also a Free Commander star. That is very powerful pillars. So this day master is very powerful Day master. Now there's a question, Fideli. That's the thing, Fideli. Normally nowadays we see both. We still see both. You can say you can even say that there are those who would like to see on each and every pillar. So there are talent for each one, and so it creates a more complicated world. But normally but all these churches are the pre-10 gods, and therefore many of them continue to reference to the year. So they continue to reference to the year. The other thing also about the year pillar is this is the fasa. As the fasa, this would be the pillar that, well, outside get to see, people get to see. And so as people get to see, and then people are able to validate, people to be able to confirm that these are the phenomena that can come in as well. Alright, so actually the reading is and or, so therefore it's both the year pillar as well as the day pillar as well. Alright, so these are examples of how we can refer to what happened when people have talent. Of course, once again, we have gone through a journey. Our journey has taken to more or less look at a more complex picture, but for the today's sharing strictly, we just zoom into a very micro, very narrow focus on talent. So when we see talent, normally people with talent are gifted, intelligent. Money doesn't motivate them all the way. Money doesn't. Of course, all humans would welcome money, but normally, I mean, let's say for example, if this person is highly intelligent and we want to recruit him, we want to get him on our side, you can of course offer money, but have to think of a higher spiritual goal. That one would excite him more. He would want to find things that is meaningful. So if you see people with talent, then you would know that they and Fui Kong are also lonely. So don't get this guy. Don't get this guy to like be a team leader and manage a group of 20 people. No. First of all, Fui Kong. Fui Kongs are commander stars. They are lonely. Talent stars are also lonely, highly gifted, and they want to pursue higher, lofty goals. Dangle that in front of them with adequate amount of money, and then of course get them to be alone. Leave them alone. Don't let them lead people. Then they will find themselves to be able to produce great work then. Alright, so these are how do we deal with or we recognize people with talent. Alright, now next move on to the next chapter. Let's move to the next chapter. We now come to the academic star. So these two stars are very close to each other. But of course, academic stars also mean intelligent. Also mean they could pursue studies, but but of course they are different from the earlier part on talent. Okay, the academic stars. So these are where we refer primarily to the day master. So as we refer to the day master, we refer to the 10 god. We refer to the day master, the stems. So earlier under the talent star, we look into the branch. Here this we look into the scholar. So this scholar star, which again from what I introduced earlier, we actually would be referring to B1. We actually refer to B1. So as you refer to B1, this would be excellent in studies. Now naturally B1, the academic star, might find itself useful when reading for, well, younger day masters, especially for those who are pursuing their studies, those who are looking for ideas about ideas and guidance about how they can pursue their education. Alright, so as we look into here, we again come into your particular reading. And so here the reading would go that a metal day master meeting a snake branch. So therefore the keng metal meeting a snake branch. And so it may be considered that since which is your metal, since day is most auspicious, that comes in to form a metal versus fire combination, that comes into it. So keng metal coming into it. Now in a way this can also later be understood as we know keng metal. So every time you see keng metal, there is one element that keng metal needs. Earlier on when we refer to sin metal, so when we talk about sin metal needs rainwater. Sin metal welcomes rainwater, but then of course this would be in the form of a rat, which behind it. What keng metal needs more? Keng metal needs a keng metal experiencing a baptism of fire would then be forged, so it becomes a metal that is forged. Therefore keng metal needs to be forged by fire, so metal needs to be forged by fire, and therefore here fire represents in the form of the snake would then be the academic state. What would wood day master require? Water. So wood day master would welcome water. Therefore, in the form of jihad, that would be the most auspicious day master. And therefore, this would be where the earth produces metal that produces water that fits into it. Therefore here as we look into the Jia day master, that would be the form of the pig. And likewise water meeting monkey, so water meeting monkey would be nice. Jia Shen would be most auspicious. So in a way rainwater day master, Jia Shen would be the most auspicious 60-day pillar for academic, for nourishing the academic day master. As we look into next, we have the earth day master encountering monkey. So therefore here we will be identifying Shen to be the most auspicious of the lot. And for fire burns the brightest when they have resource in the form of pink yin. Therefore that will be. Okay, so here we see that these are representation of the scholarly style. So in a way they would also it's quite a bit complex. It doesn't come direct. That would be usually we may want to consider if we go back to our Nayin, we go back to the Nayin school, then metal growth phase begins with sins. So sins is a metal, so the Nayin is metal. For Jihai is wood, for Jia Shen is water, and then fire. Therefore indicating that the explanation for all these academic star comes from this as well. Alright, so as we look, I think we can just go through a bit more reading about the academic star and so on. Come. Alright, we take a look into people of the past, where we have, let's take a look here. So this is a well-known professor for his intellectual work in linguistic, social criticism, political activism, and plays a very key role, and so very often cited. So here we refer to the Sin. So this is a Sin metal day master. So the starting point is a Sin day master. So Sin metal autumn, born in winter. So Sin metal born outside winter is weak, because born out of season. We may not know the hour, so therefore the Sin metal is out of season and not winter. So the Sin metal here would welcome the earth, and also welcome its own to support. So as you look into the academic star for the Sin metal, what would be the academic star for the Sin metal? So the academic star for the Sin metal would be in the form of the rat. Therefore the Sin metal would be the rat. So the rat here represents the academic, represents the academic star. So as it represents the academic star, and not only that, it is also an eating god. So for the Sin metal, and again, EG is a favorable star, and so EG, the eating god, would be big and strong, and therefore this would somehow be a favorable pillar for the day master. And of course, again, this person has wealth side by side. So having wealth side by side, a direct wealth and a direct resource to provide nurturing. You're talking about hidden. You're talking about hidden combination, isn't it? Therefore, there is a hidden combo. There's a hidden combo. Fantastic. And this is since now once again the day master. Which one is most auspicious for it? And of course, this one is Sin. So therefore, it's a Sins. So Sins is a metal snake, and therefore Noam Chomsky is metal snake. Sins. Sins becomes as it is. Alright, so it does have partial rooting. It has a partial rooting in the form of the Keng metal and direct office. So by looking to this, we can see that number one, the fasa. What would be the fasa for what would be its fasa? So its fasa would be a direct resource. So direct resource are gentle, educated. So it's a gentle, educated person, and this would be a direct resource sitting on direct resource with hidden eating god star. So this would be quite favorable pillar for the person, and this red represents an academic star to the day master. So one can see that the pillar resonates an academician, resonates somebody who is a scholar, somebody who has that affinity that comes in as well. Alright, we take a look into a very, very popular economist. More than 90 years ago, from the ashes of the Great Depression, came a very renowned economist by the name of John Maynard Keynes, that introduced the Keynesian economics, fiscal policy. So until now, textbooks economic textbooks continue to teach. So John Maynard Keynes, born on 5th of June 1883. This would be, we just look into the star, so what would be the academic star for a Keng Day Master? The academic star for Day Master would be the snake. The snake. So a Keng metal person born in summer is strong. Metal person born in summer is strong because it born in the growth stage of the metal. And whenever we see Keng metal, what do we want to see? What do we want to see when we see Keng metal? We want to see Ting fire. So Ting fire controlling Keng metal. This Keng metal Day Master would receive baptism of fire, and therefore will be forged until this Keng metal will be useful, sharp as a sword. And we also find that snake represents the academic star, And hurting officer would be output. Hurting officer is an output element that is also strong, that is also a contrarian, that actually, hurting officer challenges. Now we might also, of course, in a way, consider that when you have a hurting officer, that might hurt the direct officer. Therefore, of course, there will be some element of clash between a Kueh water and a Ting fire. But having said that, this would be then the natal chart. And so usually people with academic star may find themselves prospering, or to prosper better if they are put in place to where they are able to provide. Now, not necessarily, of course, all academic stars will end up to be the life of a teacher or a professor, but at least there can also be other professional roles to which they become analysts. They become those who can churn or process information out and to guide or to provide guidance to other investors. Alright, there you go. Now we also look into this, a very old chart. This is from the book itself, And here, as we look into this, this would be the Day Master. But having said that, what would be the academic star for a Day Master? So the academic star for a Day Master would then be your pig. Would then be the pig. So the Day Master would be the pig. So the Day Master would be the pig. But there's no pig here. Oh, sorry, there is a pig here. So I got so there's a pig here. Therefore, this would be the academic. Therefore, this would be the academic star. So anyway, this belongs to very old, during the Song Dynasty. So this is a Song Dynasty character in his chart. So he was renowned. Lu Yu was announced for intelligence and knowledge. And therefore, here we refer to his earpiece. So for Jawud coming to form the pig forms an academic star. So academic star. And so as it aligns together with the academic star, and therefore this would be also another chart to denote a life of a scholar, the life of a scholar, the life where your man pillar, which is your career pillar, dedicated in this person. Alright, one last, as we look into yet another, so we can also consider. Now for this part, we have a Kueh water Day Master. What would be the scholar? What would be the scholar star for a Kueh Water Day Master? So you see that the Kueh Water Day Master would be Gavin. Yes, correct. Yes, huh? Yes, huh? So therefore similar to, let's say for example when we analyze, and so let's say for example here in our analysis we can see that B1, so B1 represents excellence in studies. And so when we look into the chart, can you see when B1 is arriving? So therefore this is the arriving luck pillar, or the arriving so-called month pillar and so on. So we find B1 would be here, so B1 would be here. So we can then see that so not just the 10-year luck pillar, but also your year pillar, and occasionally your month pillar, as it is. So if anything, it helps also with the timing, Alright, so for the Kueh Water, we have the rabbit. So we have, so I can see where the rabbit is. Okay, so just hold on for a while. There's no rabbit, no? There's no rabbit. But let's switch to Run Water. What is the academic star for the Run Water? Academic star for the Run Water is monkey, monkey. But you can see there's no academic star. So interestingly, why the article goes to this one. So if you look in the chart, so this chart here we consider that this is a Kueh Water Day Master, born in winter where water is very strong. And here in this chart, the author of this chart, the author of the literature in the book, consider that this Kueh Water has too much water. So there's too much water, and also metal. So therefore also so the chart will have also water and metal. So what happens when you have too much water and metal? So a chart with excessive metal and water tends to be what? Tends to be what? In the picture you see that there is a what do you see? You see that there is a ox, a pig, and ox, pig, and rat. Water trinity. Water trinity is Shen, monkey, rat, and dragon. Gavin, no. This is not. Oh, animal. Oh, I see. Okay. Winter trinity. Winter direction. Winter. Not water. Winter. I see. So you have the pig. So therefore this tree is winter, isn't it? Winter direction. Winter combination. So it's the winter season. No, this wouldn't be a vibrant chart. A vibrant chart would be one dominant character, but here we have metal and water. So excessive water and metal. Excessive. So when it's excessive, and water needs earth. Water needs earth. So one important element that Kueh Water needs would be the Wu Earth, and the Wu Earth is inadequate, as it is hidden in the hour. Therefore, here there is a lack of so-called lack. So indicating that one, even though if one have a academic style, we can find that this will not, this chart will have excessive water and excessive water and metal in the chart, where the useful elements would not be strong enough. But here, of course, the reading, if you look into original, come back to the original reading. You come back to the original reading, it actually consider funny, in a way, I may need to clarify that differently, because the way it was interpreted differently. Here the author consider looking at the peak, identify the peak to be the academic star, even though that's not as per the referral above. Therefore, here consider that this academic star would not be useful. It's not a useful academic star. Not useful due to the excessive water element, and therefore the opposite will be manifest. So opposite will be manifest, then this person would not succeed and continue to fail in the exams, or to fail in the scholarly pursuits. Therefore, that would be the reading for this particular chart. Alright, okay, so very good. Some of you can pick up very fast. You immediately can see the chart. You are recognizing Fui Kong, recognizing winter direction, Trinity, clash, and so on. So I guess as we continue to see more and more charts, and we're able to put more and more layers into it, we're able to decipher, read deeper into the lives of all these natal chart, as it is. Okay, so with this we wrap up our session for today. We cover 2 chapters, and so I believe next week we can continue, and we will soon finish up this volume. Now some of them will be quite repeated, so therefore it might not be covered. I think I'll cover some of the more strange ones. Most welcome. Alright everyone, so have a good night, or good afternoon, or good morning, wherever you are. So till then,